Welcome to Capital City Paranormalish, where we delve into the exploration of creepy, strange, paranormal, unexplainable TikToks and videos. You know, the ones we all love to watch. So grab your popcorn, strap in, and get ready to have your whole reality tested and your mind blown away. So remember, always look over your shoulder. Keep yourself safe, because you never know what could be behind you. Well, hello there, my fabulous bunch of freaks. How are you doing today? Glad to have you here. Glad to have you on the show. Glad that you're with us. And, hey, if you're new to the channel, you should hit that subscribe button, because, I don't know, everyone else seems to be. And we all know you're a little bit of a freak, so you should be hitting it too. Show the family the love, you know. And that way we can keep bringing you this amazing content. So, yeah, without further ado, we got a super show for you today. We're going to blow your freaking mind, have you questioning all your reality, like we always do. And, yeah, let's not hold out any longer. Let's get right on with this. Let's do this, right? Grab your popcorn, strap in, ice cream, soda, whatever it is you do. Grab it. Let's go.
A story of ambition, royal intrigue and imprisonment in the Tower of London.
One of the most infamous crimes in British history, and it's remained unsolved for more than 500 years.
We're talking about the murder of two young princes, Edward and Richard, in the Tower of London.
In the warm summer of 1674, workers clearing rubble at the Tower of London uncovered a small wooden chest hidden beneath a staircase. Inside were the fragile remains of two children.
The builders discovered underneath a staircase 2 skeletons, and they were clearly skeletons of children. And the king was in no doubt. He had found the missing princes.
Their bones resting together in silence that had lasted for almost 200 years. The remains were quietly taken to Westminster Abbey and sealed away with an inscription naming them as the lost princes, Edward V and his younger brother Richard of Shrewsbury.
They disappear in the tower soon after. Some people believe that they were murdered.
For generations, their story has haunted history, surrounded by whispers, power struggles, and the shadow of the bloody tower. Did their uncle, Richard III, order their deaths?
And if we were to put that to an ordinary jury, was Richard guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of killing his nephews in the Tower of London?
Or was another hand responsible for silencing them to claim the throne?
So more claims that Richard III ordered the murder of his nephews.
Now, with modern science unlocking secrets long buried, DNA analysis has begun to speak for the dead. And what it reveals could change everything we thought we knew. The background of the royal disappearance. The story begins in England during the late 15th century, a time when crowns were won not by peace, but by power. King Edward IV, a strong and charismatic ruler, had finally restored stability after years of bloody conflict between the rival houses of York and Lancaster. But when he died unexpectedly in April of 1483, that fragile peace began to crumble. Edward left behind 2 sons. The eldest, Edward, was just 12 years old, intelligent and confident, already being prepared to rule as King Edward V. His younger brother, Richard, Duke of York, was only 9 years old, lively and affectionate, a devoted companion to his brother. Their mother, Queen Elizabeth Woodville, came from a powerful and controversial family, a fact that would soon plunge her children into danger. Before his death, King Edward had named his brother Richard, Duke of Gloucester, as Lord Protector, trusting him to guide the young king until he came of age. At first, this seemed reasonable. Richard was respected, loyal, and known for his administrative skill. But in the struggle for influence around the boy king, alliances shifted swiftly. The young Edward V was brought from Ludlow to London for his coronation. He was placed in the Tower of London, as tradition dictated, to await the ceremony. Shortly afterward, his younger brother Richard joined him there, brought from sanctuary at Westminster Abbey where their mother had taken refuge. At that time, the Tower was not only a fortress and prison, but also a royal residence. Yet, as days turned into weeks, whispers began to stir. The coronation was postponed, then quietly cancelled. Courtiers who once spoke confidently of the new king now fell silent. In June, a shocking announcement shattered the court. A claim surfaced that King Edward IV's marriage to Elizabeth Woodville had been invalid, making both her sons illegitimate. Parliament accepted the argument, and in July, Richard, Duke of Gloucester, was crowned King Richard III. The two young princes remained in the Tower. For a while, they were seen playing in the gardens, laughing together under the watch of their guards. Then, slowly, they disappeared from view. By the end of the summer, no one had seen them at all. No official record explains what happened next. The boys were never seen alive again. Their disappearance became one of the most enduring mysteries in British history, a haunting silence at the heart of the royal bloodline, theories and suspects. As the months passed in the year 1483, the young princes were seen less and less inside the Tower of London. At first, people thought they were being kept safe before the coronation, but soon they were gone completely. No one saw them again. Their disappearance shocked the whole kingdom, and from that day, everyone wanted to know who was responsible. Many people believed that their uncle, King Richard III, was behind it. He had the strongest reason. As long as his nephews were alive, many in England would see them as the rightful kings. Some said Richard gave the order for their deaths, so that no one could challenge his crown. Years later, a man named...
Well, you correct me if I'm wrong, fam, but seems to me I've said all along there's something a little sus going on with that royal family. You know, I don't know what it is. I'm not going to tell you that they're reptilians. I'm not going to tell you that they're not. I'm not going to say anything. All I'm going to say is there's some pretty weird shit that's happened with that family over the course of, let's say 1,000 years. I mean, check back, do a little fact checking. Some pretty weird shit going on there. Little freaking keep it in the family stuff, you know, things like that. Keep the blood pure, you know, all that. I don't know. Doesn't work for me. Seems a little bit off, the whole thing. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments, and let's carry on.
Ever heard of Mount Vodavera in North Russia, better known as Death Mountain?
Death Mountain?
This is probably one of the craziest connections, connecting a lot of stuff that we've talked about on the podcast.
Okay.
Fired up.
Where's Death Mountain at?
It's in North Russia, right next to Finland.
Of course it is.
And it's a very ancient, tall mountain, like one of the tallest mountains in the region. But the trees on top of this mountain, they hit a certain height and growth, and literally the tops of them grew twisted towards the ground.
Weird.
Like something is like a force field or something. But there's no animals that live on this mountain, and the lake that surrounds it is uninhabited, meaning no fish, no wildlife whatsoever.
So there's something in the air or something, right?
Well, it's been a very spiritual place for thousands and thousands of years. So the ancient tribesmen, the Sami, I believe. Yeah, Sami, the Sami tribes.
Yeah.
They have all this folklore of this mountain, and that it is multiple things to them. They say that it's actually a place where these giants used to live.
Of course.
And that it is the tallest mountain to where there's this giant flood that happened on the earth. And these evil giants who they say came from the fallen gods went to this mountain. Some of them went to this mountain to escape the flood. Some of them went into the earth, like in cave systems. But they believe that there's the spirits of these evil giants still roam on this mountain today. And there's just a lot. It's like one of the most unstudied regions of Earth.
Really?
There's no road access to it. So you literally have to hike back to go visit this mountain.
Yeah.
There are 16,000 of these giant boulders, like megalithic boulders that are bouncing on smaller rocks. But these shamans and stuff, they believe that these boulders were placed by the giants, and they act as a portal to another realm, the spiritual realm, they say. So they say that these giants are actually very hard to kill because they could go to these portals and escape into the spiritual realm.
Dude, is that what Bigfoot is? Just a hairy giant?
Dude, it makes you think. I mean, because they talk about they were like these giant, grotesque, hairy beings. They said that they're evil. They would eat men. They believe that these spiritual beings they said that they are cast down to earth because they made the good gods upset, and that they were, the one quote says that they were thrown to the earth like lightning. And
good thing this isn't no parallels for what we've ever talked about.
Right?
It's kind of crazy.
These are ancient Finnish people.
Yeah.
And they had this long understanding of this mountain being a sacred place to where the fallen gods came and created these giants. And even today, they call it Death Mountain because nothing grows there. There's actually a well on this mountain that it clearly looks man-made or made by giants. It's like a perfectly square well. And no scientists have ever done study on it, so they actually don't know how deep the water goes in it.
Oh, interesting. It could literally just be the deepest thing. Yeah. Cave system.
Ate that.
That's super
But
scary.
even today, there's a lot of weird paranormal stuff that happens. Like a lot of people that go hiking there, they'll just disappear.
Yeah.
And a lot of people report time slippage. People report seeing strange lights and hearing weird noises constantly on this mountaintop. And so there is some weird stuff happening on this mountain. They refer to the giants as the Stallo, Stallo. It says the Stallo were monstrous dark beings who terrorized humans. Some legends say they were fallen spirits or deformed celestial beings.
Dude.
They are often deceptive tricksters luring humans into deals or battles. Some myths describe them as eating human souls or kidnapping children.
Yeah, kids, let's go camping at Death Mountain. That sounds like a fun holiday this summer. What do you think, guys? Why would you go to any place called Death Mountain? I mean, you're just asking for it if you ask me. You go to any place called Death anything, and you're just asking for it. It's my opinion. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think, but would you go camping at a place called Death Mountain to begin with? I don't think so. But anyways, yeah, kids, pack the car, get the marshmallows, let's do this. Right. Let's move on.
This is the only evidence that the first woman in human history is still alive, and it's absolutely terrifying. In 1841, a French photographer took a picture of a woman standing in front of the Luxembourg Palace in Paris. Her eyes looked as if they had seen centuries, but the strange part came later. Over the years, 23 other photos began appearing in different cities, different decades, and the same woman was always in them. Most people said it was just a coincidence. But in 1964, an anthropologist discovered a fragment of an ancient Hebrew manuscript in an abandoned synagogue. The text described Lilith not as a myth, but as the first real woman. It said she was cast out of Eden because she refused to obey, and was cursed to walk the earth until the final cycle. But here's the most chilling part. An AI facial recognition program at Princeton University was scanning images from airports, hospitals, and bus stations, and kept detecting the same face everywhere. For over 180 years, only one match appeared in the database, file name Lilith.1f. Her last known appearance was in Romania, entering a ruined church. The video cuts off after a flash of light and a whisper. The cycle is about to complete. Comment Lilith for part 2.
In the 1970s, when she was a child, their great-grandfather shared stories about his youth. He told them that he had once dug railroad tracks, and that, in his childhood, there were giants. Born in the 1890s, he lived until 1984, passing away when the narrator was 12 years old. The narrator wishes they could remember more of what he said, or had the chance to ask him deeper questions about the past. But at the time, they lacked the knowledge they have now. Their mother, however, had already believed that history was fabricated. She and her grandmother often visited old buildings, speaking with owners about great floods, though the narrator, still in elementary school then, was too young to fully grasp the significance of those conversations.
Lilith, eh? The first woman named Lilith. How come it feels like that every one of my exes was possessed by this woman? I don't know, maybe it's just me, or maybe they have the same characteristics. I don't know. But seems kind of a little bit of a match up there from my perspective. Anyways, yeah, let me know what you guys think on that one. But I know also too, we've been hearing a lot of things about giants lately, and it seems to me that I think that they might have actually been here. and maybe not all that long ago. And I think a lot of it gets covered up by the Smithsonian. To what I've researched into, that's a lot of the where it seems to end. But you guys let me know what you think, and let's move on to the next one.
This is what was found near Noah's Ark.
You wanted to see something about giants?
Yes, giants!
So we're going to start off really big. How's that sound? Here's the biggest thing I've got. This is from an 18-foot person, estimated. Big toe bone.
That is this part?
Yeah, your very end big toe bone. It's been x-rayed, and this person had broke their toe bone, and then it healed up. This is from an 18-foot person.
We were out at, we were in Turkey, and we were out at the village where we believed Noah's house to be. And years ago, they had dug up a grave that we believe was Noah's wife's grave. Just looking around where the hole for her grave was, where they had dug it up, and we found some bones. And these bones here have been identified by a radiologist and a couple of physicians. None of them want to put their name on their statement, but here's what they told us we have. We have the human finger with a touch of
8 executed people who were innocent you never knew. The last one will blow your mind. Number 1. George Stinney was 14 years old when executed by electric chair in 1944 and was exonerated 70 years later after evidence proved he was innocent the entire time. Number 2. Cameron Todd Willingham was executed in Texas for setting a fire that killed his children, but arson experts later proved the fire was accidental and he was innocent. Number 3. Carlos de Luna was executed in Texas for a crime committed by Carlos Hernandez, who looked identical and later confessed, but de Luna was already dead. Number 4. Troy Davis was executed in Georgia, despite 7 witnesses recanting their testimony and no physical evidence linking him to the crime he was convicted of committing. Number 5. Larry Griffin was executed in Missouri, but a witness later admitted he lied under police pressure, and another man confessed to the crime after Griffin was already dead. Number 6. Claude Jones was executed in Texas based on a single hair, but DNA testing years later proved the hair belonged to someone else, making him provably innocent. Number 7. Jesse Tefera was executed in Florida, but the key witness later admitted to lying and said the real killer was her boyfriend, who testified against Tafero to avoid execution himself. Before I say the last one, make sure to hit that follow button to support the channel. Number 8. Ruben Cantu was 17 when executed in Texas, but the only witness recanted, saying police pressured him to identify Cantu, and the other victims said Cantu wasn't the shooter.
Yeah, fam. You know what? I wonder what the actual percentage is when it comes to, let's just say the death penalty, not even conviction, but the death penalty, we'll just say. I wonder what the percentage is of people that are actually guilty that receive the death penalty as opposed to those who are not. It'd be an interesting figure to know, I think, because I think there's probably quite a few that go under the radar that weren't actually guilty, you know. I think there's got to be a certain percentage anyways. Well, obviously, if there's 6 of them, they just named right there, so I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think, and what would you think? What do you think the percentage ratio would be? Let me know down in the comments, and yeah, let's carry on, because we got more great stuff coming your way.
This video is about a half-hour-long video that supposedly was sourced from a VHS tape that was found in the late 1980s or maybe even early 1990s. It was dubbed and redubbed for circulation and sale among bootleg collectors, often under the table at horror conventions or through mail-order tape trading communities.
As you might find around the jaw, it might be left there. Okay, so when you bring out the jaw, so I'll show you later. I'm in the real confidence of it.
Sometimes the tape was even sold in a video compilation along with other gruesome home videos, often bearing the title, Ensuring Your Place in Hell.
So you can lose it real fast, alright? So when you find it, okay, the jaw is usually like that. around this shape, okay? It's like
the source of the original footage, as well as the identity of the young man in the video, still remains unknown, even up to 3 decades later.
In the sweltering heat of July 1986, a construction crew near the town of Guanghan in Sichuan province, China, were digging a ditch for a power line when they discovered something extraordinary. Beneath the clay lay a pit, stuffed to the brim with mysterious bronze statues with staring eyes and twisted grins. Realizing this was no ordinary find, they called the local museum. And what happened next would rewrite history as we know it. Archaeologists quickly descended on the site and uncovered 2 massive sacrificial pits. And inside, along with the bronze masks, was a remarkable amount of ivory and something else of value, something which matched nothing of any known Chinese dynasty to date. No writing, no graves, and no records. It seemed like this ancient civilization, now known as Sanxingdui, had just suddenly vanished without a trace.
Seems a little sus to me, fam, because, I don't know. It was there, now it's not. Seems a little bit cover-up to me, if you ask me. Which most often is the case, I think. I think whenever anything major is found, the authorities always rush in and scoop it up and, you know, get it out of the public eye and deal with it behind closed doors. Is how they usually do. And then they usually probably bullshit us along with what the actual truth was. So, yeah, that's my opinion anyways. And, yeah, that comes with a whole lot of watching this stuff and a whole lot of research and things and whatnot. And it just seems to be my opinion that lots of things get covered up. What do you guys think? I pretty much know that that's fact. So I'm not going to say that this is for entertainment purposes only, because I don't know that it is. This is what we're here trying to figure out. So you do your own research and decide how you feel. Let's move on. Freaky freaks.
Unsolved mysteries from around the world. 9 hikers were found dead in Dyatlov Pass with strange injuries and missing eyes and tongues. Flight MH370 vanished mid-air in 2014 with 239 people and was never found. 2 girls, the Pollock twins, claimed memories from their dead sisters' lives. Ships and planes keep disappearing without a trace in the Bermuda Triangle. A man called the Somerton Man was found dead on a beach with a note that read Tamam Shud. The Roanoke colony vanished, leaving only the word Croatoan carved on wood. 2 men in Brazil were found wearing lead masks, their deaths still unexplained. Hospital staff fell sick after treating Gloria Ramirez, whose body gave off a toxic smell. The Voynich manuscript remains undecoded, filled with unknown symbols and drawings. The Zodiac Killer taunted police with coded letters and was never caught. In India, blood-red rain fell for weeks, and no one knows why. A TV broadcast in 1987 was hijacked by a masked man never identified.
Oh, you know what time it is, fam? THEEND, that's where we be. That's where we be. THEEND, that's where we be. Yeah, that's the end of the show, folks. But loved having you guys here. Another great episode behind us, and another one coming very soon, so don't you fret. We'll be back real soon. And hey, freaks, you know you're a freak, so hit the subscribe button and become a member of the family. And you can join the whole freaking family of freaks. I mean, we're all a little bit of freak inside, a little bit, I think, you know? Just some of us can admit it, some of us can't. That's all. But either way, we the crew, we the ones that we're going to feast the beast, because Mr. Beast ain't going to be the least that we got to worry about. Because we coming. We coming for your numbers, Mr. Beast. Yeah. Anyways, see you next time. This is Donald Rock saying, au revoir, freaks. Love you. Big love from the fam. And see you next one. Thank you for tuning in to another edition of Capital City Paranormalish. We hope you have enjoyed today's video and its content. And we hope to see you again in the next one. Hit that subscribe button and become a member of the Freaky family today. There's no commitment. And look over your shoulder and stay safe.